It truly is an all-star lineup. 3 mixologists, 3 of Vancouver's top chefs. Caviar and Cocktails is the culinary collaboration, I'm going to say, of the year. Up first, we've got Justin Taylor from Four Seasons and Jonathan Chovancik from Bittered Sling. Stay with us. You're watching BT. Really, the odds of getting 3 chefs from 3 separate restaurants or organizations and 3 different bartenders working with those chefs, I'm telling you, it feels like the universe is just gonna, you know,
Here
right?
we are, first thing in the morning, we've got bison short ribs.
Awesome, we got Jonathan Chovancik, by the way, of Bittered Sling. So you're making a bison short rib.
That's right.
Tell us a little bit what you got going there.
Canadian bison short rib, we brined this, we've used a little bitters in the brine, and then we slow roasted it for 4 hours to get it really tender and succulent.
Is the brining what also makes it tender?
The brining helps make it tender, but the cooking really is the important part in the tenderness. The brining is going to impart flavor and succulence.
Excellent.
Now I've added a little bit of our quince, rye whiskey, and maple gastrique, and we're just going to create a really nice, beautiful glaze for our bison here. And then we're gonna go over to the plate, my friend.
I wish people could smell this. I can really smell the maple in there.
Isn't that beautiful?
I never would have thought to put something like that in with our short rib.
And then a really wonderful caviar component, because it's about caviar and cocktails today. We've got our cured duck egg. We cured it with Canadian chilies grown locally, and then we just shave that over top.
Beautiful. We got to let you finish plating that. We got to make our way over to the cocktails component, because many of us think of pairing food with wine, Justin, but we're doing cocktails here. The chefs would have had to give you the menu first, and then you have to create a cocktail around this, right?
That's right. We're playing on some accents and complementing Chef Jonathan's dish, using the whiskey and a little bit of the Okanagan cherry liqueur.
Which seems to me would go really well with the short rib.
Oh, absolutely. So it's a little bit sweet and bitter all at the same time. We're using the Bittered Sling Extracts Denman bitters. Gonna add a little bit of spice to complement the spice through the bison short rib. Just an absolutely amazing cocktail. And yeah, it's gonna be some good stuff here today.
Beautiful. I'll let you continue to plate that. Once again, caviar and cocktails happening tonight at the Four Seasons. A perfect pairing. We've got many more pairings coming up throughout the morning, Jody and Riaz. It's just too much goodness here. Of course, we've got Bittered Sling, we've got you, and we've got Westall represented, all the chefs and mixologists waiting for their turn, including David, and we've got Ned Bell here. David, I'll let you make your cocktail right now as we get ready to talk to Ned.
Good morning.
Ned, caviar and cocktails, why?
Well, you know, it was a great idea that Justin Taylor had, our mixologist, to bring together 3 chefs, our good friends from the industry, and 3 mixologists. And, you know, I was just saying to David this morning, it's a ton of fun to work with your peers in a different environment. You know, for me, obviously, this is my host kitchen, but we're having a lot of fun pairing our food and our wine together.
And what are you making?
Cocktail together, sorry. I'm doing a scallop dish, so I'm doing a little bit of scallop and cauliflower. So I have a cauliflower puree.
Which literally is just pureed steamed cauliflower.
Yeah, it's just steamed cauliflower. And then pureed. We have a little bit of Qualicum scallop. We have some, a little bit of Malden salt, some lime. And then what we're going to do is shave some raw cauliflower on top, just like so.
And then, of course, it's called Caviar and Cocktails. Every chef and really mixologist is having some component of quote-unquote caviar, meaning an egg.
We really wanted a theme to it, so we wanted to pull together caviar and cocktails because of luxury and like high-end stuff, have some fun with it. I was lucky enough to be able to use this gorgeous Northern Divine caviar from here in Sechelt, and so I'm just going to put a little bit on. Nothing like a giant piece of caviar.
And David, for you to be working with the caviar, what are you doing here for your drink?
This is so much fun, actually. I've never actually worked directly with Ned, but I've tasted his food, and I can totally appreciate where he comes from as a chef. I decided to kind of play off these flavor profiles by using a spirit called Aquavit. Aquavit from Okanagan Spirits, heavy on caraway, kind of northern flavor profiles. What I've done is I've combined that with a little bit of Lillet. We're going to throw that into this glass with a little bit of a toasted coriander tincture.
Toasted coriander, David. You keep making that beautiful dish. Of course, David Wallowidnick from West, Ned Bell from the Four Seasons, the cocktails and caviar and cocktails event happening here at the Four Seasons tonight. For more details, you can, of course, check out their website. And isn't that beautiful with this gorgeous dish there, Michelle? Yeah, the culinary collaborative event of, I'm going to say, the year here. We've got up next, the next collaboration, Lauren Moat from Bittered Sling and Wang Dang from West Restaurant. Stay with us. Lots more coming up on BT. Big big event that's happening here tonight at the Four Seasons, but it's collaborative between Bittered Sling, West Restaurant, and of course you here at the Four Seasons. Up next, we've got Wang and of course Lauren Moat from Bittered Sling. What are you making?
I am making a cocktail called the Kenji Glyphs, which is a celebration of Chinese and Japanese influences to pair with Wang's mysteriously Asian influence uni dish. And it's also his birthday, you should know that.
Is it really?
No, not really.
Oh,
Just
gosh.
kidding. Is there free stuff?
What? Maybe. Free drinks, how about that? What else do you have going in there,
So I've
Lauren?
got the Okanagan Spirits Gin. Okanagan Spirits, of course, being the title sponsor for the event. And then I've got house-made cherry blossom and Okanagan Spirits Gewürztraminer Grappa Dry Vermouth. And here is a roasted apricot syrup, Meyer lemon, Bittered Sling Shanghai rhubarb bitters, and we're going to finish it with a tasty little garnish of Chinese 5-spice and black sesame
Beautiful.
seeds.
I will let you continue to make that. And Lauren did such a great job saying why she thought her concoction would go so well with what you're making. Wayne, what are you doing here?
Well, what we have here is for the caviar component, we have two different types of caviar. We have the sea urchin caviar, or the roe, and then we have a soy sauce cured salmon roe to go. And I saw, there was a lot of discussion we had about trying to figure out what the best flavors would go, and we hope that this works actually more than anything else. But
And what is that you just put on there?
so I just put a little bit of fried shiso leaf, so just a little bit of herbaceousness, and then just a little pool of a charred orange dashi on there with this, and it should be pretty good. Who knows?
Wonderful. Lauren, I'll let you continue to make that drink and plate it all as we get ready for caviar and cocktails happening here again at the Four Seasons for tonight. It is the culinary collaborative event of the year. It's involving Four Seasons, of course, you here at the Four Seasons, as well as Bittered Sling, of which many of the restaurants actually use their bitters, including West Restaurant, which is Wang Dang's portion here. For more details, you can check out their website, but just another beautiful collaboration here again at the Four Seasons for caviar and cocktails. Well, one thing about doing anything with a bunch of chefs and mixologists is you don't starve and you don't get thirsty at all. We're just enjoying a little breakfast right now, but after the break, we're going to chat a little bit more about the culinary collaboration of the year, caviar and cocktails. Stay with us. Nelson, by the way, this is your breakfast. We'll be right back. Yeah, and finally, all the chefs and all the mixologists, where are all the other top chefs and mixologists? They all must be sleeping. Well, I was just going to say, they're all here. We're talking obviously about caviar and cocktails, this huge event. Ned, just very briefly, again, the whole idea behind this.
Well, it was really Justin's idea, Justin Taylor, our mixologist here at U. And, you always hear of wine pairings, beer pairings, and we were like, we got to do a cocktail pairing. We've got the best cocktails in Canada here in Vancouver, some of the best mixologists in the world, and a couple of good cooks. So why not throw it together and pull together a fun event? And
So you have what's going to be a very successful event here, Justin. There's just really a few tickets available. You're going to be asking for a raise now, right, with this kind of creativity?
I think that's necessary. Absolutely, yeah. It's so awesome to have everyone here. It's a great thing that we all came together to do this for the city, and it's going to be awesome.
And Lauren and Jonathan, for you guys, obviously owners of Bittered Sling, many of the top bartenders anyways use your bitters, but to be able to work with them directly and see how they're incorporating them into their recipes, how satisfying is that for you?
Very satisfying.
We both say the same thing. It's very, very satisfying. It's cool to walk into a place and really get like the first-hand look that Wang, Ned, Justin, David, and even Jonathan and I, that we're all using bitters in cooking and in beverage, and just working together to create a really beautiful experience for the guests.
And Wang, for you personally, what would you guys say is probably the biggest challenge in mixing cocktails with food and also working with people that aren't even part of your restaurant? Like you guys work together all the time. Now you're all of a sudden working with everyone else.
Well, it's the getting the concept together and finding the right weights of the dishes to the cocktails. And just try to, it's always different. It's always different, especially when you're working with, say, a different bartender to make a pairing happen, because you don't necessarily know their flavor palette or how it goes, right?
Okay, so here's a quick question for anyone at home that is thinking, I can't make it tonight, but I'm gonna make a dish, but I want to have a cocktail, and we're gonna keep it simple. I like gin and tonic. What should they consider to eat with their gin and tonic?
I think Ned's scallop dish would be absolutely perfect with that. A little local scallop and Canadian caviar.